Well, welcome everybody to our Wednesday micro training. My name is Vanessa, and this is Rekla Learning Studios. I want to invite you all to like and subscribe or follow my YouTube channel, The Courage to Teach Differently, so that you can get notifications of each micro training that I do on a weekly basis, usually Wednesdays. Sometimes we do a Thursday or a Friday video instead, but usually Wednesday. And then don't forget, on Mondays, we have our deep dives. So we're usually talking about a more in-depth strategy for your classroom. So today is our micro training, teaching strategies for every day. And our topic for today is visual prompts for thinking, right? Remember, we have been talking quite a bit about how to make thinking visible, right? Moving away from worksheets, quizzes, and tests, and moving more towards skill-based, showing, demonstrating ways to show learning. We're not asking you to remove the concept of assessment. We're just asking you to shift your mindset a little bit and move towards more skill-based instead of memorization of facts. So this strategy it's a very simple strategy. You probably already use it. But if you don't, this is really an easy one to incorporate into your day. Into your lessons even, where this is where teachers can use an image, a photo, a diagram, a visual scenario like a cartoon to invite thinking, discussion, and making meaning before we do the instructions, right? So teachers traditionally will say, okay, class, get out your books and put something on the whiteboard and give a lecture on the topic. What Finnish education asks for is stepping back from that role, finding out where your students are before you give the lecture so that you can adjust your teaching so that it is more student-centered. So this activity offers thinking before teachers give answers. It offers curiosity before the teacher gives the lecture, and it offers observation on the student's part before the teacher passes out quizzes or worksheets and judgment. So what do the students do? They will observe a visual that you are sharing, whether it's digital or on paper, and they will notice, they will wonder, or they will connect. So these are areas that you can write a question on the board for them to ponder while they are looking at the visual. Or you don't have to put questions up there. If you just want them to share whatever comes to mind, that works too. Then they can talk in small group, 4 or 5 students, or they can do peer one-on-one groups before they share their whole class sharing. And you can ask the group to designate one person to share the ideas or practicing public speaking, or you can just do it individually and have everybody share their thoughts if you have the time. So the students are supposed to use the visual to support their ideas, not try to guess a right answer, right? When we're doing observations, when we're doing this visual thinking strategy, we're not really looking for the right answer or who has the right answer. We're looking for thinking, for that process, for where the students are in regards to this topic. So what are teachers looking for? They're looking for how students describe what they see. So you can use this also as a pre-exercise and have on the board maybe the grammar that you're going to be studying, the vocabulary that you're going to be studying in this unit, maybe some of the details of the concept. And you can just have it there on the board. You don't have to go over it with the students, just have it there. The kids will see it, right? And you can have them describe what they see in the visual, potentially using some of that vocabulary. And then you'll be able to assess how much of the vocabulary they already know. You will also be looking for patterns in misconception or partial understanding. This is where you will be able to adjust your teaching, your stations that you're going to be using, where the students are going to be doing their hands-on activities, so that you can touch exactly where they are at in the learning process, instead of having to go over things they already know or go too fast and too far and they don't understand because they don't have the foundation. Teachers will also look for which students engage visually before verbally. And teachers can look for confidence, where students feel really confident, what areas, very curious about something, especially if you have a more casual conversation instead of asking them to raise their hands. You can just have them sharing as a conversation, sitting in a circle if you want. And those that are curious, right? So an idea pops up and somebody else responds, oh, I wondered that too, teacher, blah, 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 right? So you'll begin to see the patterns and see who's curious about what areas, and emerging connections to those concepts. And then we can use this planning for tomorrow, right? So we can adjust our pacing. If most of the kids are really getting it, then you can just use today for a brief review and do some small group work with the ones that are still struggling. And then tomorrow you can move on a little faster. You can use your planning to revisit key ideas that surfaced through the image, focusing on those areas. You can choose visuals that deepen understanding as opposed to just, just a visual that they can just discuss on the surface, but something with more depth or meaning to the concept. And then you can also plan your instructions based on students' thinking, not assumptions. So that helps you move forward with the planning stations for tomorrow. So how this connects to Finnish education: learning begins with meaning, not teaching, lecturing, explanation, answers, right? We give the students an opportunity to express what they already know. Visual prompts slow learning down so understanding can surface, and supports both the student confidence and it gives teachers clarity in how to move forward. So when we start with what students see and think, teaching becomes more intentional and learning becomes more visible. Well, thanks for watching. I will add some more visual prompts and making learning visible over the next few weeks in our micro training sessions. So I hope you come back and watch the next few as well. Thanks for listening.